Jikoku? Yes. Revenge from really, really lots of lore 2 confirmed. Alright, and that's your true demon ending. And the 18-minute battle between when this game came out and SMT5 begins. Yep, so that's the credits.
Oh, we're live. Cool. Perfect. Hello, my name is Lonne. You can call me Lonne or Lonne. And today we will be, or I'll be showing the original, or Shin Megami Tensei Persona, the PSP remake of the original. Sorry, I was just in the middle of making sure I've got everything set up here. I'll leave you with the intro while I just need to put everything in the right place so I can actually see what I'm doing. Or my capture card can freeze? That's a new one. Okay. Louder, I can turn that down a lot. Want to raise my voice? I can do that, yeah. Sorry, I reinstalled Windows a few days ago and haven't had the chance to set any of this up. I do apologize. Okay, we're good. I've got everything set up in the right places. We're just gonna get straight into it then. Timer starts when I confirm a difficulty here, so we'll just get straight into it. So time starts in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, this is a PSP enhanced remake of the original Persona 1 that was on PlayStation 1. Yes, it is the one featuring the new soundtrack. Some people like it, some people don't. I've never listened to the original soundtrack, so I don't know what it sounds like. And the sort of first like 10 minutes of this run, unfortunately, is going to be kind of slow. We have pretty much nothing but unskippable dialogue for the first 10 minutes. So if anyone wants to ask questions, then feel free. So the game pretty much just starts off with a group of high school students playing Persona, funnily enough, which to my understanding is some sort of urban legend kind of game that's supposed to summon spirits or something like that. When am I beating the world record? One day. I'm like, what, like 35 minutes away? It's hard, you know? The Japanese are just too good. Yes, this is the CBEC category. This is the game has two different paths that you can play. You have the CBEC, which is what's considered like the main story. And then you have the Snow Queen quest, which is like a bonus thing that was actually cut from the original PS1 Western release. And this version also features a fully authentic localization, because if you have any knowledge of the PS1 original in the West, it had a lot of localization changes. For, you know, just classic 90s things. But but this feature's fully authentic to the original, shall we say. But yeah, so they played this game and they thought nothing had happened, and now all of a sudden a weird girl shows up. She becomes more important later on. Right now, wouldn't really worry too much about her. CBEC does have it is an acronym, but I could not tell you what the acronym is. You could probably just sum it up as evil bad guys. So yeah, a few people get hit by lightnings, and now we're in a fever dream. Wow. I hope everything sounds a bit better. Like, we're not having any audio problems, are we? I hope. So we're going to now be introduced to this feller called Philemon. He basically takes the same purpose that Igor does in the later games, being sort of the spiritual advisor to the main cast.
Between consciousness and unconsciousness.
Sounds good. That's
and now,
good.
A simple test. Can you state your name?
Oh yeah, if my microphone might abruptly cut off, if it does, can someone please tell me so I can turn it back on? Because how my capture setup is incredibly jank. Because I have a USB 2 capture card, it's got delay.
Who can remember their identity.
So I have to use a different pair of headphones, and then I have to use my headset mic just wrapped around my neck so that I can use the microphone. It might turn itself off, so if I just stop talking, can someone let me know? Thank you. He is indeed the philosopher, yes.
The self capable of demonic cruelty.
But yeah, he basically is giving us the power of Persona, which will then allow us to play the game.
Your current self may be only one of those innumerable masks. You, though, you have a very firm grip on your identity. I respect your strong will. In return, I grant this power. Persona. It is the power to summon the selves within you, the gods and the demons you harbor. The time is soon when you will need this power. Now, you must return to your proper time and place.
So yeah, he's basically just giving us like a quick introduction. Obviously, it makes no sense just yet. He talks about persona and power and gods and demons and stuff, but it all doesn't really make much sense right now, does it? Considering we're just high school kids doing stupid high school kids things. Now, here's when probably the second hardest part of the run, apart from the final boss. We have to do very specific movements throughout on our way to the hospital in order to set up an RNG minute. So first off, what we're going to do, we're going to go not go to battle, we're going to go to system instead of battle. And we're going to set set text speed to fast and our orientation to upper right. We're going to walk like that, leave through the second door. It's glowing because that's the save tree. That's how you know it's a save tree. So we set the text speed to fast, obviously, because it helps us master the text faster. And then the orientation is just personal preference. I've always played this with the upper right. So that's just what I've learned. Now we want to head to the hospital, but we have to take a very specific path, and we have to enter the hospital on 7-8 moon growing. Otherwise, the minute probably won't work. It is incredibly easy to mess it up. But hopefully we can get it first try. I do have a safety save that I set up this morning just in case it doesn't work. Because I thought ahead. Because last time I did a marathon run of this game, I didn't. And kind of had to like heavily improvise. So we walk up the stairs like a normal human being. Then we enter the second room on the right. A bit further from my mouth? Okay. And now we're here talking to a girl called Maki. As you can see, she is bedridden and has basically been sick for like most of her teenage life. For at least the next like 15-20 minutes. At least. She gets sick. And we've got more cutscenes. Yeah, basically exactly what Worldy said. Pretty much anything you do in this game advances the RNG seed, and we want the RNG seed to be specific, so that we can get, yeah, pretty much 90% of our the demons in this hospital, and then we get 2 later on. We have them in NIP for the first one, and the second one is really common to get anyways. So it's not a huge problem. But as I said, I have a save file, so in case things go wrong, we'll just go through the hospital normally, and then I'll load the save file afterwards. But it's set up with the exact requirements that we could just continue as if nothing had gone wrong.
I was positive that was the ICU a moment ago. Huh? That scream! It came from downstairs!
So as you can see, the ICU door is gone. And there's zombies. Who'd have thunk, huh? And this is our intro fight. Intro fight is 100% scripted. There's literally nothing I can do here except master the text boxes. But as you can see, our party is waking up to their personas. And every time we get a fight like this, there's a few of them throughout the game, we get a free level up. You'll notice that later on in this hospital, that we do this specifically to, or these fights give us free level ups. First of all, we are going to pump pretty much every time we level up. We're going to pretty much pump all of our points into agility. Because agility and dexterity are pretty much the only stats that matter in this game. Agility on main character, so we can basically dodge every attack, pretty much. And then dexterity for when we need to use firearms. Yes, our other party members can change their personas, but we don't do that in this run. In this run, only the main character and Maki use their change personas. So this is the first fight. This is the correct fight. What we're going to do first, before we do anything else, turn skip animations on. Then we're going to have MC Garu the left knocker, and then everyone else is going to guard, and then we're going to auto fight. We'll know if we've gotten the correct minute once we've gone to about the 3rd encounter. There's 7 in here that we have to get. If we've gotten the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, then we're pretty much on the right track. Provided I don't fuck anything up afterwards, we're solid. Okay. Problem. That's not correct. This is the right fight, but it's in the wrong spot. That's fine. We just have to make do. It's fine. This is why we planned ahead with safety saves, because this stuff like this happens. I have no idea. Like, there are 2, or I have 2 different setups for the, just 2 setups for this. One of them, both of them work, but they seem to sort of, you know, make up their minds as to when and if they actually want to work. So if it's like when you're doing runs, it's like if this one doesn't work, the other one will work. It's fine though. We've got the backup save. We're just gonna go through normally. and then just load the backup save. But it'll be the only time we need a backup save. I'm obviously for marathon purposes. We're going to obviously save at every chance I get. I had that problem last time I did a marathon run of this game, where I forgot to save and then got trapped in a Karen loop, which was basically the end of the run. Like there was nothing I could do about that. Is this a true... technically speaking, this is the true ending, yes. Because there is, technically speaking, a bad ending. For Seebeck, there is technically a bad ending. There are a few choices that you have to make throughout the game, and if you don't make the right one, then you can get the bad ending. Same for Snow Queen. There are two endings for that. There's a good and bad ending. Marin Karen is, yeah, really strong in this game, because pretty much if your party is charmed, or if the party member is charmed, they will only attack other party members. It's not like in some of the later games where sorry, I need to pay attention, because it'll just be easier if I just get this out of the way. Yeah, where sometimes when your party's charmed, they won't do anything, but here, they will always attack. Like, it doesn't matter what you set them to do, if they're charmed, they will attack. What is Seebeck? The main quest line in this game. That is Seebeck. So, if we had done everything right, there would be one more encounter here, and we would have just enough XP that this next fight would give us a full level up. Or a free level up, we should say. But yeah, things went wrong, as usual. Just when y'all thought that, you know, Nocturne was old, this is even older. This is like 1996 or something, if I remember rightly. Or the PS1 version, obviously not this version. This one came out in 2009. Anyway, we're gonna go to this. We have to help this nurse here. This is one of the good things we have to do. We have to help her. It's gonna be very futile because zombies show up. This is where one of our other introductory fights is. We'll get a free level up. Obviously, we're not going to take advantage of it right now because we're loading the save file, but we still get it anyway. Yes, this game is 1996 is 25 years. I was born in 2001. This game is older than me. Just to, I guess, if you want to make people feel old. Yeah, this game does have a bit of problems casually, like difficulty-wise, but when you learn the speedrun route, if you ask me, it's even, like, I enjoy the game playing, speedrunning it. Like, I thought the game was alright playing it casually, but speedrunning it, yeah, so much more fun. So normally, we'd go to the save point, and we would save, but what we're going to do, we're just going to reset the game. We were going to have to reset the game anyway after we saved, because this is the second of our 3 RNG manipulations that we do. What we're going to do is we're going to reset the game, load the save file, and then we're going to get into a fight. Once we finish that fight, it'll give us an item that we need for later on, and then we do another manip to get another demon that we're looking for. So we'll load our save file. You can tell I made it this morning because the timestamp was like 9:30 this morning. We're going to sprint down here. Then we're going to walk this. That path also works. Yeah, that also works. So we're going to get these 3 Jack Frosts. We're going to turn on animations. We're going to have MC Garu that one. There's a lot to explain. We're going to have MC Garu the left. We're going to have Nanjo and Mark guard. Then we're going to have Yukino Frey the middle Jack Frost. And Ellie is going to attack the one on the right. Do that. And then we auto battle. And then once they die, we will get a Mabufu Stone, as you see in the bottom right, Mabufu Stone, which is exactly what we need. It did, thank you. See, I can't hear it when it turns off. But yeah, so we had to do that. That first encounter wasn't what we were looking for, but thankfully this minute gives us 2 zombie girl encounters, which sort of makes up for it. I turned my microphone back on, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I might just have to... What I'll do, actually, I'll just have Twitch running in the background. Hopefully it doesn't echo, so that technically my microphone is hearing myself. So Philemon's talking to us again.
From here on, a number of paths will present themselves to you. Down each of them, you will witness the
I do
karma
apologize.
of
It's
those
like,
you meet.
this is the problem with
Whatever
using like a
path you
headset
choose,
mic.
remember that the choice
That's
was yours,
like just around
and
my
no one
neck.
else's.
Like if I was wearing it on my head, like say I was playing on emulator or something, it wouldn't be too bad. But in my personal experience, getting this RNG manipulation to work on emulator is so hard. I don't know how Worldy did it last time, because he did his run on emulator and got the manips working just fine. I have no idea how the hell he did that. I've done like every manip sort of setup that that Worldy and that sort of found. No idea how he did it. But I can get them to work perfectly fine on console. So we went to the shrine. Now we need to go back to school, because the school turns out is pretty much the only safe haven from the demons. And we took Maki's mom, who works for Seebeck, basically was telling us, hey, Seebeck's doing shady shit. Like, that's pretty much like the gist of it is... So take her to there, and then we pretty much just go down here, and through this hole in the wall. This hole in the wall is basically the confirmation trigger that chooses which path you're going to take. Once we made this path, once this choice, we've confirmed to be doing the Seebeck run. This is where the two runs sort of span off. Remember Maki from earlier in the hospital? How you remember this bedridden, like chronically sick girl that was in the hospital for most of her teenage years? She's here now. And she's going to join our party. She is the most useful party member in our run. Oh, sorry, I thought there was more dialogue to skip. Yeah, the rest of our party, completely useless. The only people that are going to be useful are the main character and Maki. Maki is because she has really good affinity with Pixie, which we use for this latent resurrection skip that I saw Worldy was talking about in chat. Yeah, they pretty much act as just meat shields, pretty much. Yeah, but like combat-wise, they serve pretty much no purpose. We use them for negotiations, and that's it. So another free level up here. Obviously, we're going to dunk the points into agility until we get to 50, and then we put dex to 35. Pretty much agility until 99, or 89, 90, and then the rest goes into dexterity, pretty much. So now she's joined our party. We need to go to the police station, but first we're going to go to Yin and Yang, and we're going to sell Ellie's rapier and buy an emergency exit. Because when the party leaves us, or when our party members leave us, they empty their inventories. So we just sell Ellie's rapier and we buy an emergency exit, which we can use to get out of the police station faster. And we just head straight north. Don't miss the police station. Now we have to go and find a key to unlock the prison cells. Gee, I wonder where the key is. It's not like it's in the key locker that's in the back of the room. I don't know where you get that impression from. And then we go in here. Now we're technically in the first dungeon in the game. We want to find a Yukobak in here, which is right here. First encounter with the Yukobak. Incredibly... That, like, I don't know if the RNG minip I do for Zombie Girl has an influence on this, but it definitely feels like it. Because the first few runs always seem to get a Yukobak. We got attacked from behind, that's fine. They won't be able to kill us, but we can negotiate them away, because it's an Afank, Nanjo bribe. And compensate. Yeah, I'm not sure, obviously, if it is. I would like to think so, that this is sort of related. Yukobaks, because we have their cards, we can just scare them away. Pretty much everything, we're going to negotiate pretty much everything we can't one-shot. That's pretty much how this run goes. And everything else we can just Garu to death. And guard with everyone else. Forgot to turn skip animations back on. Yeah, and yeah, so if anything we can't instantly kill or kill effectively, we pretty much just negotiate away until we get to endgame, in which case if negotiations don't work, we use firearms. Because when in doubt, burp. The solution to all of life's problems. Don't want Ba, so Nanjo sarcasm. Could Did my X... Could my controller start working? That was weird. My controller inputs kind of just dropped for a moment. I'm not sure what was going on there. That's weird. I'm just using like a relatively lightly used DualShock 4. So we go in here and just some more scripted battles, or another scripted battle, so another free level up, and this is where we get the whole gang together. Yeah, it's very much a sort of classic dungeon crawler JRPG thing. We can, move pretty much any direction we want. Yeah, another scripted battle where we witness Brown's awakening in the back there.
Do it to him.
Nothing I can do. I just have to wait. But we get a free level up, which means more agility, and that's what really matters the most.
Good.
Yes. It pretty much is. A monkey. Y'all loved Monkey from Nocturne. I mean, yeah, he beat Lucifer, which was good. So we're gonna recruit Brown and Mark to our party. Mark forces his way into our party, but we can turn Brown away if we don't want him. It's kind of pointless though. We don't really need to. Like, there's no reason to not take him. So we just do. So now we're gonna use that emergency exit we bought earlier to warp us out the entrance. Now we need to head to the shopping mall that we were in earlier. We didn't want that. That actually wasn't terrible because Brown got a double kill. But we didn't want Brown to attack. We wanted Brown to guard. Like, pretty much at all times we want either MC or Maki attacking. So, first things first, we need to head to Yin and Yang, which is... Which shop is... No, we've went past it. It is this shop. Sorry, it's... That's not even Yin and Yang. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? First north. Where am I going? This is... Sorry. My head is in the completely wrong space right now. What have I done? It's this, isn't it? No. What? Did I go to the wrong mall? Yes, I did. I went to the wrong mall. What is wrong with me? Thank you for noticing. I'm supposed to go to Joy Street. What is... This is what I get for not running this game. For how long have I... When was the last time I ran this game? Oh my god. I remember when I was learning the RNG manips, when you first did the route. And I did the exact same thing. I was like, wait, why isn't the Jack Frost minute working? I've gone to the wrong mall. We don't want to talk to Jack Frost. We're gonna scare Jack Frost. Oh, they're binded. Okay. That also works. Yeah. We bullied Jack Frost so hard he just stopped moving. Yeah, I never had one. I get lost all the like. Watch later on in the run. I'm going to get lost in the dungeons. I can promise you that will happen. Like I'm not kidding. I have a map, like right beside me, and I still get lost. Like, I have no idea how I do it. So now, we want to head to Yin and Yang. Finally, we've gone to the right store. First we're gonna unequip everything. Yeah, it's what you get for playing a 25-year-old game. So we're gonna remove all the equipment. And then we're gonna sell it all. Sell all the weapons. And all the armor. Now we are going to buy 6 chewing souls, 12 revival beads, and the rest in rattle drinks. So 57 rattle drinks, that's fine. Then we want to go to the Velvet Room just before New Moon. Would help if I could. So we're gonna just walk in front of here until New Moon. We're gonna save. Just in case, because we can get a fusion accident. We don't want a fusion accident. And if we do, we still want it to be Pixie. But we save just in case. Igor's here. He's basically gonna, facilitate Persona fusions for us. We're gonna do a Pixie fusion of Poltergeist plus Slime, and then we're gonna add that Mabufu stone that we got earlier, which will give Pixie the move Mabufu. Hopefully... No, we got a fusion accident. Okay. So, unfortunately, this cutscene is unskippable. I'm going to mute my phone because it keeps going off. I'm not sure if y'all can hear it, but it keeps going off. Regularity in the process, which should still produce Lover's Pixie, which is exactly what we were doing in the first place. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna back out, we're gonna take on Persona, we're gonna switch Maki's Persona Meso with Pixie, and we're gonna back out. And then we're gonna head south to the abandoned factory, which is down here. On the first weak encounter, I don't think Nacked Kobold's a weak encounter, but we can do that anyway. We're going to set everyone to guard except Maki. Maki's going to use Dia on herself. And we're going to auto until she runs out of SP. Or she falls asleep. Okay. We should probably kill these Nacked Kobolds. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't see it in my list. Therefore, it does not present. It. Yeah, you're right. It is on the list. I was looking at the wrong part of the list. As you can probably tell, I haven't played this in a while, which explains the slight rust. I do apologize for the blatantly obvious rust. Anyway, now we're going to repeat that. and we're just gonna repeat, pretty much. I hope everyone's having a good Friday, by the way. I slept in like 2 hours later than I was supposed to, because I was really busy yesterday. Yeah, this is pretty much the only part of the game where we have to grind. We have to do this technically three times? But it's fine. We don't want a funk. Oh yeah, sometimes they just run away from you. Sometimes they just don't like you. Yeah, we're pretty much doing this until Maki is max affinity with Pixie, and then we basically have Maki kill herself over and over again until she revives herself. Which does have a 25% chance of happening upon death with a max rank persona that has the hidden latent resurrection ability. Not all personas can have it. Only certain ones, depending on the fusion ingredients and the moon phase during fusion. So this is another opportunity where we could recruit a party member, but because our party is full, she immediately gets rejected and doesn't take it very well. We'll go up here to activate a hidden switch. Or dialogue. Or tap 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 tappity tap 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 tap. I hope you like tapping, because we're gonna do that a lot. So wow, we pulled the switch and a secret elevator came up in an abandoned factory. Wow, who'd have thunk that would have happened? Shady corporation having shady secret. Yeah, who'd have thunk shady corporations doing shady things? I heard my headphones turn off, which is quite impressive. I did not expect that. This is a fine encounter. So yeah. I saw someone in the chat said they had a good Friday, or they were having a good Friday, if I remember rightly. So that's good. Yeah, I had a busy day yesterday, so I woke up 2 hours later than I was supposed to and almost ended up missing class. Maki is most definitely not going to be having a good Friday once she gets to max level. The only problem about getting to max level, it takes forever. Like, we have to expend her entire SP bar, and then another half, if I remember rightly. So we're gonna be here a while. Thankfully though, she won't die, and it's very unlikely that the other party members will die. Does this game contain Mothman? I don't believe Mothman is in this game, unfortunately. I know it's tragic to hear about, but I don't think he is. This probably would have been slightly faster if I'd killed everyone except the cop. But with how frequent they love to run away, it's probably a better idea I don't. I know. I believe... Correct, I could be wrong. I've not played Persona 2 yet. But I do believe Mothman might be in Persona 2. I know he's in Persona 3 onwards. Nocturne, so definitely not Persona 2 then. But he is in Persona 3. So, I'm sure one day, next really, really long-a-thon, maybe we'll get a Persona 3 run. I don't know, maybe Flutter will want to run True End or Great Seal and spend, you know, if you're here for like 20 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if we had P3 at really, really long-a-thon. We've had Nocturne. We've had P1. So, I'm pretty sure there was. I could have sworn last time there was SMT4. So Fez definitely does have Mothman. Yes, I remember I played Fez again like 6 months ago. About 6 months ago at this point, and Mothman was most definitely in it. And Maki's dead. That's fucking okay. The journey and the answer back to back. You'd be looking at like 25 hours? No, like 30 hours. So Maki died, that's not optimal, because obviously that's slow. We don't want Maki to kill herself. Thankfully though, we have lots of raffle drinks. We are also going to save. We'll just save in the second save slot. I need to get into the habit. We're just gonna chill outside here until we're done. These are pretty much all encounters I don't want. Thankfully, I can scare them away. No, I didn't want bribe, I wanted sarcasm. That also worked. It would take about 7,000 years to do a Persona 1 through 5 run. It would be very, very long. That shouldn't kill everyone. Yeah. It would be like probably 50 hours at least. If not longer. It would be a very long run. Am I gonna hit or am I just not doing any damage? Because of all the Rakukajas. There we go, now you can just get her back to just DI-ing. And main character's paralyzed. That's okay. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, she ran away. That is also an acceptable alternative. We will also heal the main character. This, for the record, this is a terrible first latent resurrection. We would have been done a very long time ago. Or we should have been done a very long time ago. This is pretty bad. I forgot, he's still attacking. hopefully it gets better before it gets worse. I'd argue hitting weaknesses in the later Persona games don't really matter as much, because in Persona 3, getting up counts as a turn, so you can abuse that, but in 4 and 5, they get up and then have their turn immediately afterwards, making knocking enemies down not as impactful. We are indeed, yes. That's a good comparison. We are in Shadow Moses. I'm half expecting a snake to pop out of nowhere and do some tactical espionage, you know? So, Maki's run out of SP. Finally. That took ages. That was incredibly slow. Like, world record would have been, like, done with Seebeck by now. Slight sarcasm. Slight sarcasm, but they would have been, like, getting to the boss by now, probably. Nothing. You just can't summon your persona if you have 0 SP. Yeah, each persona has their own spawn cost. In Persona 1, at least, each persona has their own spawn cost, or summon cost, I should say. Where they simply can't. They can use any move that their persona knows, provided they have enough SP to cast it. Yeah, Maki should be pretty close, especially with all that extra runs, moves that we've done. She should most definitely be getting kinda close. But we're not quite there yet. I believe I did see her go to level 7, which is good. So we're getting close. Okay, it didn't. We basically don't want the paralyzed to hit Maki. Hit anyone else, we'll be fine. Except main character, because main character can do damage as well. And it hit Maki. That's not what we wanted. It's fine. And Maki leveled up. So she got full SP again. That's great. What we're also going to do, we're also going to change our battle formation to basically prepare ourselves for when we need to do the latent resurrection with Maki. Because we basically want her to basically be front and center. No, none of the... Well, from my understanding, the soundtrack from this game and the PS1 original, completely different. I've never listened to it. I've never played the original, Persona 1. I've only played this version, so I can't really comment. I mean, yeah, this battle theme is a jam and a half. Like, I've never listened to the original battle theme, but this is a jam. Yay, Pixie has reached her maximum rank. And immediately gets paralyzed. It's fine. So now we need to end the fight, and then we get into another encounter. Yes, that's why I was strafing outside of the save room, so that we can save first. Because 25% chance, by the way. I saved in the third slot this time, okay. But yeah, just so you're all aware, this is the third. No, sorry, what? This is a 25% chance. I don't know what I was saying there. I think I was reading chat. I blame chat. That was Nanjo, sarcasm. Okay. The PS TV, we're basically playing on a PlayStation Vita, if the PlayStation Vita was a console. Like, you all remember the Vita, right? It was basically, let's make the Vita into a home console. Do you all remember the Vita? That thing was great. I loved my Vita. But now we're gonna get everyone to guard. And we want Maki to die, basically. Hopefully, she dies quickly. She's not gonna die very quickly, because the hoodlum's sitting there not doing anything.
Ow! No joke.
Now main character's just being constantly hurt, which is not what I want. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, let's be honest. Most people bought a PS Vita or a PS TV to play Persona 4 Golden. I have never met anyone that didn't. Except myself, I guess, because I bought a Actually, I bought a PS TV to run this, pretty much. Because I have P4G on Steam, so... I'm not supposed to heal Maki, that's right! Why did I heal her? Ah! My head! It hurts from all the stupid mistakes I'm making. I know, I'm really making a mess of this, aren't I? Like, holy shit. If they would attack as well, instead of just sitting there, you know, Rakukaja-ing themselves. Like, come on, guys. This game is not that long. Please kill Maki already, and stop Rakunding yourself, you don't need it. Like, they're already, like, massively buffed, by the way. So, Maki didn't get revived, which is fine. We will just revive her ourselves and do it again. Thankfully, she doesn't spawn with much health, so she should just die really easily. Rakukaja's increased defense, and then they also use Secunda, which decreases accuracy on the enemies. She didn't die again. We'll know if it works, because she immediately revives herself. Didn't do it again. 25% chance, by the way. Just as a reminder, 25%. This is actually technically a fully intended feature by the developers, they just never explained what it does. It just has a 25% chance of activating. It's a good thing I gave myself a 4-hour estimate with how slow this intro is. Like, this is an awful intro. Like, this should have been done by now. We should have been, like, near the first boss by now. That just shows how slow this has gone. There we go, now she's revived herself. So that is the latent resurrection trigger we were looking for. Now we can just finish up this encounter. I have no idea if we'll be able to kill these guys. They've Garu'd and secunded themselves so many times that they... Like, if we hit, that would be good. And if they die, that would also be good. But yeah. Now, all we have to do is go into another encounter. And then we can unleash the chaos. What is the point of doing all that? Pixie is, to my knowledge, the only demon, or the only persona that we get, or in the game that has this ability. When latent resurrection is triggered, her magic attack stat goes up, like, a lot. Is it the easiest to get it on? Okay. But it is, I suppose, yeah, because isn't it like Vishnu or something also gets it? One of the, like, MC's late game personas, I believe, also gets it. But yeah, her magic attack stat goes up a lot. So we want to go to 5F. Sorry, I just need to double check my map, make sure I'm going in the right place. Okay, so now we're in an encounter. We're gonna have everyone guard, except Maki. She's gonna use Dia once. And as soon as we use Dia, she's gonna learn Mabufu.
No joke.
And then Mabufu, and then look at the damage numbers. These damage numbers are going to get high. So you thought, oh, Mabufu doing 500 damage was a lot. Just wait until we get near the end of the game. We're going to go into the Velvet Room. We're going to swap so that MC gets Pixie instead of Maki. And now, we're basically at the point where everything will die. Maki has served, for now, she's served her purpose for now. We will need her at the end of the Kama Palace dungeon, which is in a few dungeons time. I forgot to... Yeah, I forgot to set that for MC. And then we need it when we get to Deva Yuga. I've already choked a lot in this run. Like, the start of this run was slow. Thankfully though, we don't have to worry. It gets better from here. Once we've done this, it gets a lot better, a lot easier. The only thing pretty much now that we have to worry for is negotiations. Because if we get a bad negotiation, we could get stuck in a loop that will eventually get us killed. And obviously we don't want that because that's slow. And being slow, despite being, running a really, really long-a-thon, going slow is not good. But yeah, as you can see, our luck stat is at 99 as well. That's also one of the side effects. We have max luck. And our magic attack stat goes up like massive stonks. Gremlin was no, we just use Maki because she has max, or she has the best affinity with Pixie. We do everything else with the main character. Yeah, if I remember rightly, from my understanding, hidden abilities like Latent Resurrection only work if you have max affinity. Also, our character stats also go up a lot. Like, you will see later on, probably after the first boss, you'll see our stats go up a lot. So this is the first boss fight. Oh yeah, it's very confusing. They streamlined it for the later games. But yeah, this is the first boss fight, where we have to fight Takeda and 4 agents. This fight is really easy. You want to see how easy this fight is? I'm going to set the thing to auto battle. I'm going to let the fight play itself. We do also would prefer if everyone was dead except us. That's also a good thing. We also hope we don't miss. That's kind of not what we want. What? 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 Excuse me? Okay, so this fight is supposed to be easy, but sometimes it can do that. This that is quite funny. That is really funny. I did not expect that. Oh boy. Yeah, I can imagine the organizers are sweating their balls off now. They saw this, they're like, oh fuck, things are going wrong. How much time did that lose? Hopefully not as much as you think. I do have to redo that, but Maki's persona should be at max rank. So pretty much all we have to do is the death thing again, and it's hopefully it doesn't lose that much time in the long run. But yes, that sucks. Yeah, hopefully we can get slightly better like Maki RNG. It hopefully doesn't take as long for her to die this time. I'm sure you could go back and clip that. I'm sure if there's a highlight reel, I'm sure if really Longathon want to do a highlight reel, I'm sure that would probably be one of the best clips to put on there. This fight's going to be easy, and then proceeds to die. This is why you save before bosses? Yes, but this fight's supposed to be really easy. And then I got critted by Takeda. That's not what it's supposed to happen. We can save it though. We can save it. We have Zombie Cop here. Zombie Cop is perfect for killing humans, so hopefully this bit goes faster. Provided they hit her, obviously. Yeah, exactly. The easy part assumes that I don't miss, because you saw how many times I missed. Like, if we didn't miss, then yeah, the fight would have been long over, and we wouldn't have had the problem. But this is what you get for having SMT on a marathon, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone. You get stuff like that. Exactly, just don't miss. Like, how could I be so oblivious to that, you know? There we go, fourth time again. Yeah, the easy part implies that the game wants to cooperate. And since we are playing a Mega 10 game, you know that the answer is usually no. So yeah, we got the latent resurrection a lot quicker this time, thanks in part to Zombie Cop. The Zombie Cop is, at this stage, really helpful. So Dion herself, the rest of the party members genuinely don't actually matter. They can die and we don't kill. We don't care. Yeah, exactly. Like, if all the enemies are at 0, they can't kill us. Why didn't I think of that before? We do actually. That's a strat that. See, what I was kind of hoping would happen in Takeda was that only Nanjo would die with that attack, not me and Nanjo. Because if everyone except the main character dies, the main character gets all the XP. We can get some seriously, to quote I'm pretty sure Worldy put this in the document, big dick XP. And it is insane how much XP you get. I could have sworn you did. For, I think it was God Kandori, I think you put it down for. Besides, we can call it Big Dick XP if we want. Yep. The same document I am running off of. And you can kind of see actually a little sort of sneak peek as to what kind of weird shenanigans happen later. Is that, you know, that boss 6,500 HP and we kill it in 3 turns. That is the kind of insane stuff this run is going to do later. I got to the Velvet Room just before the Velvet Room. We got an encounter. Remember to heal the party. I will. Thank you, Worldy. Very helpful. What, you tell me you've never seen Etrian Odyssey look like this? Neither have I. I've never actually played Etrian Odyssey. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've heard good people talk about Etrian Odyssey, but I've never played it. Maybe I should. First try the next latent res to make up for copium. Yeah, this run right now is just living on an IV of copium.
Seriously?
I will take as much copium as the really longathon staff will allow me. Think about it, if we get the bad RNG out of the way now, then when we get to Pandora, we should hopefully have a really good Pandora fight. Think about it, you know? Just planning, you know, way ahead into the future. I know, like my PB would probably, yeah, be finishing alternates at Hermelin by now. Yeah, they probably, yeah, Tick is probably like, you know, like miles ahead of us by now. It's okay, we'll just inhale all the copium we can get and it should help. The world record is insane. Like, Tick's run is insane. Like, I would love to be able to beat it one day, but that's gonna take me a very long time. I gotta be super dedicated to be able to beat it.
Persona.
And insanely lucky as well. So, you remember Takeda, right? Yeah, we saw him earlier. Let's see. This boss fight's really hard. I'm gonna show you how hard this boss fight is, guys. Yeah, this boss fight really hard, guys. Oh, no, my PB is what, 334, I think it is? I am so far behind my PB, yeah. But as you can see, we got a lot of XP. Hopefully we still make it under estimate, though. But yeah, no, look, this fight was so hard, guys. I can't believe we beat it. Wow. What RNG, guys. That was how it was supposed to go the first time. The fact it didn't happen the first time is a bit annoying, to say the least. We'll open that chest for the backsword as well. And we go into this elevator. want to negotiate Nizrock. We'll be fine, guys. Don't you worry. To be fair, my PBs also had slightly bad sections. We'll be fine. Hopefully, I think if we're gonna be underestimate, it's gonna be barely underestimate, I think. But at this point, I would not be surprised if we go over, but I don't think we'll go over that badly. Unless Pandora wants to screw us over, in which case we probably mercy kill, because then the estimate just, you know, thrown out of the window. Like, I'm sure if you scrub through my PB, like, I'm sure I could easily save 15 minutes, like, just from getting slightly better RNG. Like, hell, my 335, the PB I got before the 334, had a 5-minute bathroom break. Like, there was a point where I was just like, bro, I have to go to the bathroom. So I just got up and went and was gone for like 5 minutes, the game wasn't doing anything. So I had already lost 5 minutes, and the fact that my PB saved 1 minute shows how bad it was and how much time save I can have. So we met Kandori again. He's gonna hop into the Deva system. The Deva system basically being this... I actually don't know. It's got something to do with, like, basically, you know, multiple worlds. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the plot of the game, so you'd have to read up what the Deva system does, but it is kind of wild. There's a lot of, like, alternate reality shit going on. So we're gonna go to this console, and we're gonna press the red button. Because the red button is the good button. It does. It has a lot of plot holes. And just generally doesn't make a whole load of sense when you think about it. Through beat your Yakuza 7 PB on going to the bathroom. To be fair, yeah, you could do that in Yakuza 7. At least before I got hyper optimized, so. Yeah, we're basically inside the real Maki's heart, pretty much in her ideal world. And the Maki that's in our party just now is what is referred to as the ideal Maki. So basically, the Maki that the one in the hospital wishes she could be. It does get kind of complicated. Like, that little girl that we saw at the beginning of the run, that is also another version of Maki. No questions, it's just how it is. So now we're back at St. Hermelin, but St. Hermelin looks a bit strange. You won't notice it just yet, actually, because we weren't actually in the gym. But the gym doesn't look like this, especially because you can see the text Old Gym. So now we go to classroom 2-5. You can see the hole in the wall's gone, and everything looks kinda normal. A little too normal, to say the least. You're gonna meet this guy, Yosuke. He is part of our reality, but kind of got sucked into this ideal world and just sort of vanished from real society. Don't know how they got there, but his girlfriend also did too. Don't know how the girlfriend got there either. So I'm going to leave here, and now St. Hermelin looks a bit different. Remember St. Hermelin from before? Yeah, it's gone. Because it's cursed by a little girl in a black dress called Aki, who is also Maki. Or I'm a toilet. I really hope we don't get toilet demons though, because they inflict bind. Actually, saying that, in my PB, I got stuck in a Marin Karen loop here, I'm pretty sure, in my PB as well. Which is where, like, some of the time loss came from. We're gonna save as well, just in case. Yeah, you can already notice that stats-wise, there's a slight difference between me and my party, based on the fact that I have like 250 health right now, and they all have like 100. No, we have to Zeo them all, because they reflect ice, or ignore ice. Something to do with ice. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell. There's a slight disparity between me and my party members.
No joke.
Since we got agility to 50, we're gonna get dex to 35 for now. Until we get there, and then we can put back points back into agility. Yeah, you could totally like task this game or do a theoretical best, but it would take a very long time, and I'm not willing to do that. Not right now. I've got more important things to do. Yeah, the reason why we have max agility is one, so... or we focus on agility is one, so that the main character goes first pretty much all the time. And then second, it gives us really high evasion once we have max agility. And obviously we want max evasion so that we don't get hit by things. Obviously not getting hit by things is good. My Zeo targeted the wrong demon. Everyone's wanting to hold me right now. I can see, like, I put my phone on silent and I can still hear it, like, you know, going off. Or I can still see it going off in the corner of my eye. Who wants me and why do they want me? Yeah, like, if you tried hard enough, you could, in theory, perfectly task this game to have the exact outcomes you want. It would take a very long time. But it is indeed possible. Here's the bathrooms you were looking for. These bathrooms suck. Or not bathrooms, toilets! We fight toilet demons, guys! Except they suck, because they have death attacks, which pretty much take half our HP away every turn. They also have binding skills. And in this game, the status effect bind is basically, I guess, like Nocturne, the same as, I guess, Paralyze. You can't move, you can't do anything. So here's another introduction fight, except this time for party member Reggie. They're like a sort of hidden character that you can, or hidden party member you have to do like a mini sub-quest to unlock. We don't do that in this run, besides our party's full, so it's not like you'd be able to join us. It does, yes, it's a toilet break. We don't really have any toilet breaks in this run, so I kind of hope I don't need to. Otherwise, I'll have to use one of Philemon's cutscenes later on. Thankfully though, this dungeon's pretty short. We don't have to worry. The final boss is also pretty easy, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Not the final boss. The boss of this dungeon is supposed to be it's usually pretty easy. The final boss is probably the hardest thing in this run. MC Persuade. Then we want to Zio, the Rizalkas. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, no toilet breaks for y'all. I said no. You will sit here and watch the run to the end without being able to go to the bathroom. In fact, you will watch, we will break so many toilets that you will not have a toilet break for the rest of really, really long-a-thon. Like, you will have to sit here for the next, what is it, 2 weeks? With no toilet breaks. I hope you understand. Three weeks, yeah, there you go. You will have to sit here for 3 weeks without going to the toilet. This is a save point. We will use the save point. You eventually, running this game, you do eventually sort of tune it out. Like, I do still hear the music, but it doesn't really annoy me because I'm just so used to it. I've basically tuned it out of my head. Extra monkey XP, monkey. So now we've come to the next boss fight. This one is also really easy. No, actually, sorry. This boss fight is really hard. So now I have to fight this mouse. From my understanding, this is like the one song in the game that's from the original. The rest is pretty much all remade. So, we start the fight, auto battle, turn on, and we want to use Zio because Ice isn't really effective, and we Dia the main character with Maki. Why? We don't really need to. We just need to make sure he doesn't really have problems with his health. As you can see, he's got a machine gun. Also knows nuclear skills. I think we're weak to nuclear, but it's fine. Oh no! The boss is over. That was so hard, guys. That was a real struggle. I'm surprised we were able to survive that. Yeah, Megiddo will hurt a lot if you're not careful. I don't think it, well, I think the mouse I think has a relation to her, but the machine gun not so much, so. Now we go into the library here, and we meet this weird, cult-looking guy called Sutomu. He's kind of into occult things, which is kind of weird. And this is the door to the final dungeon, but it doesn't open right now, so we have to come back here later. But for now, we leave, and then we go to the Alaya Cavern, or not the Alaya Cavern. That's a long ways away. I mean the Alaya Shrine. Meow. Major foreshadowing? Yes. They're basically saying, hey, there's this big ass door here. It doesn't open yet. We need keys, but we don't have the keys. We get them later on, because that's the final dungeon. Now we're going to meet Philemon again. We're going to have another nice cutscene with him. He's basically going to say, yo bro, you're in like some like weird alternate version of reality.
How are you, friends? Just as you thought, this world is a counterfeit of your own. It is this world where Condori's ambitions lie. If you pursue him, you will eventually discover the nature of this world and how to return to your home world. Condori has made his fortress on the east side of town, where he is searching for something. Should it fall into his hands, there will be no tomorrow for either world. You must stop Condori. The first step is to use the subway terminal to reach the east side of town.
No, what happens is that you only game over if the entire party is dead.
Expel mirror.
So, as long as there's one living party member, regardless of who it is, it'll be fine. Everyone just revives with 1 HP afterwards. So now we need to go north to the Historical Society, which is on the other side of this mall. Is there any way to decrease party size? No, you have to have 5 party members. If you don't take, I believe it's if you don't take Brown or Ayase or Reggie, you have to take Ellie in the subway. I believe it gets forced. So now we are coming up on the subway, and I hate this bit because this layout is super confusing. No. Once the 5th party member joins the party, it's locked. So you basically have to reject all the other party members if you want Reggie to join. Yeah, you get Ellie in the subway. If you don't take anyone before then, Ellie forces herself into the party. So now we're in the subway. I'm gonna have to pay really hard attention on this map so I don't get lost. Because this bit also has auto blocks, which sort of move you automatically in a specific direction. Yeah, Brown was actually a useful party member in the old route. But it's also just faster to just get Brown. There's just less dialogue that we have to go through, or less like dialogue boxes we have to go through. So we just stick with Brown. It's just easier and faster. It's not really worth picking up Ayase, Ellie, or Reggie. Thank you. I'm going to need the luck. With how bad the run's gone so far, I definitely need this luck. Possibly, and then you could, you know, take that as you will. he's not flirting with archangels. He's like giving them a cold, dead stare. Staring into the archangel's souls. I mean, this is also the same mark that dances crazy, you know? So, before here, we've got a boss fight coming up, so we're gonna heal everyone, which is kind of rhetorical. Now, this boss fight on the new route sucks, because he's, I forget his exact status effects, but basically we can't Mabufu him to death, like we can everyone else. In the old route, he was weak to nuclear attacks, so we just used Megiddo in the old route and just absolutely decimated him. Not in this route, we have to slug at him with Garu until he keels over eventually. Yeah, the older route fairly similar, but it required a lot more grinding. Which is why the skill, which is why it is so slow compared to the old route. He does, but he has an SP cost of 2. Because Pixie only has a spawn cost of 2 MP. So, I am, but we will never run out. How it works in Persona 1 is that there's no skill cost for specific moves. It's just costs for summoning the persona. So you could theoretically put like something like Megiddo or something onto Pixie, and it would only cost 2 SP. That's just how it works in this game. So that was another version of Maki, by the way. That is actually, yes, that's what we do for Snow Queen quests. We put Megiddo on Pixie, because it's faster to gamble. I actually tested it. I used the RNG minute route with Mabufu to see if that was comparable or faster to basically negate the grind for the RNG grind. It was significantly slower. Like, you just did not do the same damage. The damage was pitiful in comparison to Megiddo. I mean, she's got, what, 4? She's got the real version. She's got... the ideal version, and she's got the 2 little versions. Yes, it is. Like, obviously, Pixie was... I took the wrong route here. I was supposed to take the longer route. It's faster. But that also works. Yeah, since Pixie is supposed to be obviously a low tier demon, a low tier persona, has low spawn cost. So now we go into the black market. Remember the mall from earlier? Now it looks different. Peace Diner. Going here for a story trigger. The wiki has a lot of it explains things a little better. The Pixie actually goes back to level 1, which is why we have to relearn all of our skills. But the benefit of that is that, yeah, our abilities get really strong. So we're using, you know, Mabufu, and it does thousands of damage by the time we're done. So we sell the first 2 weapons in our inventory, and then we buy the Phantom Killer machine gun and tranquilizers. Phantom Killer. and tranquilizers. Then we equip that on. Then we go to Sen and Man and Do, which is in here. Talk to this guy. Then we buy a Bufudyne Stone and 3 emergency exits. No, you're not. You don't. It doesn't need to be an accident. Yeah, typically you have to reset the game if you get an accident. But sometimes you get the accident and it's still Pixie. So, so we're gonna head into the next dungeon, Kama Palace. I saved beforehand because in my last marathon run of this game, I got trapped here and lost like 20 minutes of time. Got 35 dexterity, so we're going to put points pretty much until Kandori, or until we get to 89/90, whichever comes first. We go to B4, and then we follow a very specific path, if I can find it. Malphas is in the back. Don't want Malphas. So, Nanjo Pontificate. So, notice how Malphas looks like a bird, right? But he quacks. You talk to him and he quacks. Let that sink in. Saying that though, most of the time you get a fusion accident in Persona games, it's always slime. That's why I loathe Persona accidents, because they're always fucking slimes. But ducks are birds. Yes, but you don't hear ravens quacking now, do you? Not just Maki. I believe Yukino does, but we can't get Yukino. She's only in the Snow Queen quest. So we use Yukino instead for Snow Queen quest. We do the same thing, just with a different party member. Yeah, the compatibility determines how quickly they level up, and if they have if your affinity is too low, then some of them you can't actually equip with that character. As you know, we did talk about how the game doesn't explain any of this stuff, and even like I'm sure even Worldy's sitting here in chat like trying to explain. It's like fucking hell, this like it's really hard to sort of wrap your head around. Once you get it though, it makes a lot of sense, but until then, confusing as hell. To be fair, on the wiki they are listed as hidden potential. So we saw Pixie got back to max rank. That's very important for after this boss fight. which we won't fight just yet. We fight the boss later. We need the chest in here, actually, this one. Which is a luck incense, we can sell that later for some cash. Yeah. Worldy being able to, like, check stuff, like, not actually having to, like, actively commentate. Being able to look up stuff on the Mega 10 wiki and just get it all to you. So helpful, because I can't explain this shit at all. No, they can all reach max rank, it's just, yeah, it's just slower. He just requires more, moves to, level up. Which is how we can get max rank with Pixie on main character, even though he has, is it what, like, bad? Or average affinity? So, we met the Harem Queen, and she kicked us out because she didn't like us. But, because we're really stubborn, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna fight her. Yukino on Snow Queen Quest has max best affinity with lovers. Yeah, Yukino actually the only party member in this game that only shows up in the Snow Queen quest. Like, all the other party members can be used in Seebeck except Yukino. So in the original in the PS1 Western version, you could only use Yukino for about 15 minutes, because she's in your party in the hospital, and then she leaves and never comes back, because they never added the Snow Queen quest. Back down to B4, basically follow the exact same route we did. I don't even need to follow the map this time, because the game conveniently highlights places you've already been. Knowing Japanese developers, probably, because I know Japanese developers have a thing for giving their characters really literal names. What is the storyline? To sum it up in one sentence, cursed playmask freezes the school. Yes, we are extremely overpowered, and it gets better. We get even stronger, don't you worry. This isn't even my final form. Yeah, the Snow Queen is meant to be more as like a side, like bonus content. Seebeck is where, you know, most of the game is. Why aren't we doing that run? Because it's the first 15 minutes is gambling. It is awful for marathon purposes. We have 15 minutes of gambling, and the gambling is incredibly random. Like, Tick's run was pretty much, yeah, just get good RNG, and that's it. It's not marathon friendly at all. Yeah, that's the thing with gambling. The RNG is determined when you pick the card, so you cannot manipulate it at all. So we want to say Maki's is better. This fight is so hard, by the way. All of our party members are frozen. Oh no, so we only have me and Maki. Whatever shall we do? Oh yeah, the Harem Queen breaks her knees. I don't know how that works. So we want just to Mabufu and then just have Maki guard. Ideally, we want Maki to die. So that way she has no health. So we're gonna guard until she's dead. Because our next attack will probably kill the Harem Queen unless she decides to heal herself. So we want Maki dead first. And now we can kill her. So Maki's dead again, and that boss fight it was so hard. Oh no, guys, it's so difficult. So that was the Kama Palace dungeon. Now we do another fusion as well, actually. No, this is the Harem Queen. The Harem Queen and the Snow Queen are two different entities. Like, vastly different entities. Well, yeah, I say frozen. They were stoned. To be specific, they were stoned. Once you learn the speedrun for this game, it gets incredibly broken. So now we are going to emergency exit. And then we're going to head straight into the Velvet Room. We're going to create a persona, we're going to do guided fusion for Phaleg, Mr. Zombie and Preta, and then we're going to add an emergency exit so that they learn Trefury. Is it Trefury? Yeah, it is Trefury, yes. Streamer, you're meant to save, yes, I know. The notes do actually say save, that's true, I completely ignored that part. It's fine, so we're going to put Phaleg there, I'm going to put Meso on the second slot. No, actually, we're gonna put Phaleg on the main character. I massively goofed up that bit. That was not what I was supposed to do. Now we're gonna head to the castle, the Mana Castle. We're not gonna walk back in here. And remember what we did last time with Maki dying? We're going to do that again. One thing as well we're going to do, we're going to move the main character over here real quick. So that he can use an attack. First try! Wow! Impressive! And then we're going to twin slash. Now, we've learned Triesto. It's not Trefury, it's Triesto. That's now how do we get out? I can use my gun. Don't worry about the fact that Maki died again, it's fine. Yeah, I killed them. Yes, I used the power of machine gun.
No joke.
Especially because later on we do actually need all of our money. Yeah. so that we can set ourselves up for the final boss. We need as much money as we can get. Only for the main character, because the main character has a machine gun. No, I don't want him there. Oh yeah, we should probably heal Maki as well, because she died again. All the other party members, their guns aren't really worth using. Nanjo has assault rifles, but they act more like sniper rifles. And then there's shotguns, which is just useless because they have such a limited range, and same with pistols. Machine guns are pretty much the only weapons really worth using. Especially because we get machine guns later, like the Phantom Killer and then the Avenger that we get later on, that are guaranteed like 6 or 7 hits. Especially when we use something like Phantom Killer bullets, or the binding ammo that we get later on, that have a chance to inflict bind. Every time the gun hits, it gets stupidly good. No, one day we'll get Mark dancing crazy again. So now we're going to go to the Mana Castle, except, psych, we don't have the key to unlock the Mana Castle, so we have to go to the Lost Forest to go and get that key. Yeah, but the more money we have, the easier the final boss gets. So we do want to make sure we have as much money as possible. Yeah, toilets. They inflicted Mahia on us, but thankfully they didn't inflict bind. So now we did that, we're going to swap them back over again. So Phaleg is going to go on to Maki. We're also going to give her a Meso so she has Dia just in case we need it. And we give back to the main character. Melee weapons have significantly lower range than the machine gun, so we don't use them. I need the subway map again, because I get lost in here. Oh, I need to, forgot to change it. Forgot to set that. I'm also meant to heal myself? Yeah, I probably should. No, there's armor and weapon stores in Snow Queen. So I need to see, these maps are really confusing. Pretty much, yeah. You want to use guns over melee weapons, especially on main character, the only important character really here. We stick him in the back, which means pretty much his melee weapon of choice, swords, have no chance of hitting because they have such a low range, and we put him in the back. so... that was Stair, wasn't it?
No joke? Seriously?
So remember earlier how we talked about the main character having a severe stats disparity compared to the other party members? Yeah, this is when you really start to notice it. Like, it gets really obvious now. Yeah, it's actually an important thing that happens later on in this run. Maki will leave our party, and when she rejoins, she joins at the same level as the main character. We need the main character to be at least, I think it's level 51? I think, or 55, something like that, so that we can do the low-key fusion, which just makes the final boss easier, and the dungeon before the final boss easier. We don't use Vidofnir though in this round. We use Loki. At least I don't use Vidofnir. Have I missed some new speed tech or something? No, we put Loki on Maki. We put Loki on Maki for Wolvan, and all the null ailments on Alaya Cavern. But we don't use Vidofnir.
No joke? Seriously?
Yeah, we use Vidofnir and put it on Brown for... I believe we put it on Brown for the other route because of Bright Judgment, which we used to do a lot of damage. At the end, like in Pandora on Megiddo route, he was, yeah. Yes, you pretty much use melee weapons as a physical attack when guns don't work. But we don't have that problem because we use guns only when they, you know, we can't use ice. And we just use ice for everything else. Yes, that's right, Nanjo was really useful. So here we want to say stop hiding. Then we want to say for myself. And then we want to say to find my reason. And this is, yeah, I don't know, this is totally not Maki, yeah. I thought there was more dialogue boxes. Then we Triesto. That's what we got Triesto for, so we don't have to use emergency exits. Then we go back to the Mana Castle. Yay! Yeah, we don't want to make things harder from here. And also, the bad ending is not the true canonical ending, so, you know, we don't do it. Thankfully, this time navigating it's a little easier because I can actually see where I was. Yeah, it is a really subtle thing. If you make the wrong choice, it's, yeah, bad ending. And this is like a 40-hour game, you know? This isn't a short game. I say that, this, you know, it's a 4-hour speedrun, but casually, it's like, at least for me, it took me like 40 hours to get this game casually. So could you imagine not getting the right dialogue and having to do it all over again? It does, yes. I remember that. I think my PS Vita has a save file that hit 999 hours. Or 99.99, whatever the cap is on hours. I think it hit it because I left it for like months. It was plugged in, just plugged into charge, just on rest mode. So in here, So first we want to sell everything except the Luna Blade, because we equip the Luna Blade on MC. Then we buy the Avenger and Circle Bullets. The Circle Bullets are the best ammo in the game because they inflict Bind. And Bind is really good. So we'll equip that. We'll also sell, while we're here, sell the guns. The Phantom Killer and the Tranquilizers, you don't need them anymore. I haven't even played Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment yet. It's like the only mainline Persona games I haven't played. In here, we're gonna buy 3 Agidime Stones. And then... we go in here. Talk to Mr. Gas Mask. And we buy 1 of each Yacht set. And we equip that. Ideally, we would have equipped all that stuff afterwards. Saves an extra menu, but it doesn't really matter. Now we're gonna head to the Mana Castle. And so Maki gave us Mai gave us a compact, which is the key to this dungeon. So put it down, but psych, it's actually a bamboozle by by Kandori to steal all the compacts, because he needs them as part of his master plan. Yeah, this dungeon though, pretty short, pretty straightforward. And there's not really, there's a couple demons here that are a bit problematic, but the rest is pretty easy. Yes, it's just you know, you're not playing a JRPG if the main antagonist doesn't want to destroy the universe. Oh guys, look, 69 agility, there you go, nice. Sorry, I just had to... The opportunity was there, so we had to take it. Well also, don't you worry, we will get 69 dexterity, probably. So we will get another nice, if you want to get your nices ready in the chat. It'll be a while still, but just so you know. It is indeed the sex number. Yeah, Jin, not as cursed. So Hino Amno, we want to negotiate away. And then we'll just Garu the Punhabas. There is no such thing as friendship, only human sacrifice. You can tell you're playing a Mega 10 game because the dungeons are all windy and twisty. Yeah, it's instead of embracing monkey, we embrace human sacrifice. Yeah, it's not like we're leaving her to die or anything. Well, I say that, but I am basically ignoring most of my party members at this point, so... Yeah, kinda hypocritical of me to say that. That's power. We don't want power. Well, we do want power, but not power the demon, you know? Imagine being a law demon, Lamau. Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's one or two things you can say to each demon, and it's pretty much consistent. Until they say no, in which case it's not consistent. We're going to use the save point. The demon spoke to us. I don't care. You're all dead. Exactly. It's consistent until it isn't. It's usually how these things go, isn't it? That's the third save slot. I need to remember that. I know, imagine being able to consistently make pacts with demons in real life. Would make life so much easier. Now, this fight, we're going to make a slight adjustment to our lineup. We are going to put Nanjo in the front row, beside Maki. Because what we want them all to die. Basically, Kandori's here doing evil Kandori things, so... Could you believe in the PSX localization, they basically turned Kandori into an Italian and called him Guido? They did, yes. His name in the PSX original is Guido. They basically turned him into an Italian. So, that cutscene we just watched there is Deva Yuga basically being created in real reality. Like, in actual real world. But for now, we have to fight this brain. This brain with legs. So what we want to do for this guy is just Mabufu until he is dead. But ideally, we want everyone to die first. As you can see, everyone except Maki is dead. Damn, he's not... Can you just hurt Maki, please, so I can kill you already? I could probably do maybe one or two more before I have to wait until Maki dies. Yeah, now we're just gonna wait for Maki to die. Unfortunately, she knows that. So we're just gonna wait for her to die now. We want her to die. There, just like that, see? Now what we do, remember that Mabufudyne, or Bufudyne stone we bought earlier? Yeah, this is where we use it. It doesn't kill him, but does 1,000 damage, which saves us a couple of turns. Basically, yes, our party members are parasites, stealing all our XP. As you can see, we got 102,000 XP. Oh no, wait. Everything on decks at the Mana Castle boss. Almost gave myself far too much agility than I actually needed. That's later. How the main character's so powerful? Because we decreed it so. Now we use Triesto. Then we head south to the Haunted Mansion, which is this house here. Yeah, after the Haunted Mansion is when we do the final Latent Resurrection of this run. We do it when we get to Deva Yuga, because by the time she gets to max level, or we get Pixie to max rank, it's just about time to Deva Yuga. So. This was not invite, it was told. Yeah, Deva Yuga's pretty silly. Oh yeah, in case you didn't notice before, by the way, that boss fight super hard. Like that was such a struggle, huh? Also, look at this encounter rate. That's one problem with this game, is the encounter rate is nuts. They just, I believe it was worse, or it was fine in the PS1 version, they just never changed it, so the encounter rate is a lot higher than it should be. Yeah, there's a reason why people make memes about the encounter rate. On the plus side though, it gives us plenty of XP. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to persuade. I want to persuade. It'd help if I did the right menu option now, wouldn't it? We'll also stick Nanjo back in the back. He doesn't need to be there. In fact, we just leave him there for now. As long as I change it later, that's all that matters. Half our party members just go on their knees because they're all 1 HP. Yeah, we don't know what they were thinking when they decided to call Zan Garu in Persona. They are functionally the same element, yet one is called Zan and the other is called Garu. Contact power. Technically now, we're in a state where we could just shoot. We could just shoot power, but because I'm so far back in the position of him, we wouldn't actually hit him. Alastor, we don't want to deal with. Nanjo condescend. Yo! Yo! And then Sumizome, we Zio, because we don't have Zionga yet. We'll get Zionga by the end of the dungeon, hopefully. We can just auto, because Painter will also die. Yeah, because we should be level 7. Theoretically. Hypothetically, possibly, we don't know. We'll find out when we get to max rank, shall we? Oh no, it's a group of 5 demons! Oh wait, they're all dead. Yeah, Megiddo being nuclear, despite the fact that Frey exists and is also nuclear, is a really strange choice. Like, I don't know much about previous games in the in Mega 10 games before Persona 1 PSP, or Persona 1, sorry, I should say. I don't know too much about them, so I'm not sure how Megiddo type skills worked back then, but making Megiddo non-almighty in this game is just such a weird choice. Especially because the later games in the series are all, yeah, Megiddo is almighty. Here we go, Pixie is now max rank, which is a perfect setup for later. Pretty much, it was in this game, and I think 2, and maybe If? I don't know, I've never played If. Yeah, Alastor can really screw you over if he feels like it. So, look, this is a Hariti, except we're not going to fight Hariti. Because if we pick the wrong choice, then we have to fight this, but we also get the bad ending. So we're going to lower our weapons, and we're not going to fight Hariti, and we're not going to get the bad ending. That's always a good thing, isn't it? Now we do more tippy-tapping, and then we go to Deva Yuga. Who wants to go to Deva Yuga, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone? Yes, like, after this next cutscene, Maki is going to die. No, you don't really want to kill your mom. That's kind of not cool. Oh, so Worldly, you're in chat. Why do we buy emergency exit here in Deva Yuga? Because we still have one left over. So why do we need this to buy one in Deva Yuga? Because we don't use it. And we don't fuse it into anything. Because I still have one left over which you use at the end of Deva Yuga. And then we get Maki back afterwards, so we don't need it again. Alright, yeah, probably in that case, yeah. I've always noticed it in my runs, and I sit here like, I don't need this though. I already have one. No, because I put Phaleg on. I put Phaleg and Loki on, so I get Triesto. I don't take Phaleg off her. I just put it in the second slot. You would if you forget to take Phaleg, but I don't, so I don't need to. So now we are in Deva Yuga, immediately into encounter. We don't want that though. Yeah, the encounters here can be really sketchy. First we go to the store, which is here. We're gonna buy a clean salt, because we do need that for later. Then we're gonna save. Should probably do the Velvet Room after, but it doesn't matter. Or we should probably do the Velvet Room first. But it doesn't matter. Gonna walk into the Velvet Room. And then we are going to basically just do a swap. So we're gonna put... do that. And now we're gonna move Nanjo back finally. And we're gonna get into an encounter here. I don't want Incubus. Want something I can kill afterwards. This is perfect.
No joke? Seriously? What?
And we got the resurrection. Yeah, that one escalated really quickly. Everyone died really quickly. But that's what gun is for. And yeah, we got third try, which is pretty good. I also want to end it so I can move MC over slightly, so that his gun can reach the other demon. Hopefully we can bind both of them, and then they can't do it. So now we head back into the Velvet Room. Now I want everyone to give Maki a pat on the back for all the hard work and all the suffering she's had to go through. She is now free. I'm also gonna fix my formation. Nope, that is the wrong way. I want to go to the elevator. That's a problem. See, we don't have Zio to deal with Sumizome. So we kind of have to hope the gun works. Yeah, we just kind of have to hope Sumizome likes being shot by a gun.
Seriously? You joke?
The zombie painter doesn't care, which is fine. I'd rather, you know, not have to worry about that. That's fine. We can deal with him in a moment after we've dealt with the Sumizomes. Obviously he's going to tank a few of our shots, but that's fine. I'd rather have that than have to deal with Sumizome. Bufu is fine for Zombie Painter, yeah. But we don't have Bufu yet. Although I probably could have... Oh, I guess I could have swapped Maki to Meso and used that. That probably would have worked. Not that it matters. What we will do, actually, we're going to put MC in the middle of Nanjo and Maki and just basically abuse the fact that he's got a gun. We play on normal difficulty. Difficulty in this game doesn't matter. The only thing that changes with difficulty is how much damage you take. Which is obviously we want higher difficulty so we can kill Maki faster. We go to 3. Yeah, hard is just not really kind of pointless. Normal is good enough for our needs. Low flee chance. Like even with the repulse bells, it's only a 25% chance. It is not really It works if they have ailments on them, but if they don't, then your chances of escaping are pretty low. And it's just a waste of a turn, honestly. But yeah, as you can see, with our high agility, we don't really get hit that often. Yeah, we don't know, but I have from experience I have noticed that enemies afflicted with debilitating ailments increases your chance of escape. So if they're all like binded or sleeping, for example, then it gets a lot easier to escape. And even with the repulse spell, it's really inconsistent. And difficulty doesn't seem to matter either. It happened like before. I believe we did this run on beginner. I believe with the during the Megiddo route days, and even then escaping was still pretty hard. Yeah, see, putting main character there is better for using the gun if we need to. Because we don't have Zio yet, it's faster to just gun them. Yeah, these demons can be a bit like... I don't know if any of y'all have seen the, like, images from SMT5 with some of the negotiations, but there's a really good one out there of, what is it, Mothman? Yes, the Mothman, asking to be stepped on and called a naughty demon, which is... I don't even need to explain that. You all know what it means. You're all adult enough to know what that means. Yeah, SMT5, like, the writers had a field day, writing that stuff. You just know the English localization team had a blast. Because they wrote so much weird shit in there. So this is why we don't like Sumizome. She repels ice and knows that charm.
Seriously?
SMT5 is only rated, what, 16? Yeah, I have a physical copy and it's only rated for, like, 16. But yes, SMT5 does have very, suggestive character designs. I mean, have you seen Mara? I live in the United Kingdom, so we use Peggy. And the game is rated 16, which is the equivalent of it being like a teen rating or something. It'd help if I'd stop walking into the wall. I know. I need to stop walking into walls, sorry. I was too busy looking at my map and trying to eat a biscuit.
No joke.
Sorry, I've actually just ate the last biscuit in the pack. Sorry, I can't share. But yeah, if you haven't yet, if you own a Nintendo Switch, buy and play Shin Megami Tensei 5. It is good. I can give it a personal Lonne seal of approval, whatever that means to you. Where am I on the map? I got lost a little bit. See, this is the problem with SMT dungeon design. It's really easy to get lost. Remember to save before Guido. I will definitely save before Guido, don't you worry.
Ow! Seriously? Ow!
Yeah, I've heard that SMT5 on hard is pretty hard. I played through it on normal difficulty myself. Not because I'm a pussy or anything, but because I am, pretty much. Yeah, well yeah. The self-deprecation knows no bounds. Virtue, we need to deal something about him. Pontificates. It sounds like Virtue's trying to sell me cola. Oh yeah, Mizuchi! Forgot about him, huh? Why did my circle button not work?
No joke? Eat this!
I mean, you could pretty much do that in SMT5 anyway, just become null to their weakness. But then they also, yeah, they have a lot more skills, and then a lot or more variety for skills that can, you know, just ignore the fact that you have null from their most powerful move. And then there's, yeah, then there's the skills, the top tier, elemental attacks pierce affinities, or pierce resistances, so...
No joke? Eat this! Eat this! Eat this!
Yeah, that's like the one complaint I've heard about Nocturne. Was, yeah, level, or not Nocturne, but SMT5, is it level scaling kicks your ass, and I didn't experience it playing on normal, but I can imagine on hard that being pretty brutal. So here, we have to do a little quote-unquote puzzle, where we have to flip 2 switches. Remember earlier, we had to flip some switches? Yeah, we have to do that again.
No joke?
Here, flip this switch, it's gonna unlock a little floor trap, and a save room. We're gonna save. And we're gonna go up these stairs, and then we're gonna fight Kandori. Like how I mentioned SMT5 once, and now the whole chat for the last like 5 minutes has been talking about nothing but SMT5. Not that I have a problem with that, you know? There's not really much to talk about right now. I'm kind of just working my way through dungeons at the moment, so... Now we have to do a puzzle here, so we have to make a cross. Really difficult puzzle, by the way. Pretty much just do that. So now we are at the Kandori fight. First we have a text box. Where we have to select the right option, otherwise we get the bad ending. We don't want that. I believe if my understanding is correct, after this boss fight, if you have the bad ending, the game ends here. If you get the bad ending. So we're gonna say, to find my reason. That is our reason for living. Kandori doesn't like that, so he wants to fight us. So, Kandori, pretty straightforward fight. This fight can get a little sketchy though. His first phase, he does have access to paralysis attacks. And obviously, we don't want paralysis. That's not good. So we're gonna just hit Kandori with this. With Mabufu until he goes into second phase, which is right now. So now we're in God Kandori. So Kandori's persona is going to basically consume him, and they're going to become one, one entity. What we're going to do first, we're going to move Nanjo closer to the front so he dies. We're going to use an Agidine Stone. Like, remember those 3 Agidine Stones we bought earlier? This is what we use them for. Look at that damage! 2,405. See, now they're all dead. Now we hit them with the last one. And that's it. And look at all this damage, XP, 167,000 XP. Yes, that is true. The reason why we do 2,500 damage is because magic attack stones use the magic attack stat, just like regular Persona magic skills. Which is why it does so much damage. For the record, Kandori has what, 6,500 HP. We beat him in 3 turns. So Maki gets a bit upset. So she's gonna run away. If we could get Bufudine, that would be insane. So that emergency exit we bought, we bought freaking ages ago. We're gonna use that here. Gonna go to the elevator. Yeah, Maki pretty much finds the truth about her existence, how she basically doesn't exist, or that she's like the ideal self of Maki. She's not actually the real Maki. She doesn't like that, so she runs away pretty much, and we find the real Maki. Like, she's been here this whole time. She's not dead. She's just in a coma. And we're basically we're not now because we're back in the real world, but we were inside her heart, pretty much. She finds out the truth about her real self and then runs away. And I believe if you got any of the bad ending triggers here, this is where the game ends. If I remember. I've never actually gotten it, so... Yeah, like, in theory, if getting Miragi or Magrai, Mafry or something, if they were just as easy to get and had, were just as effective against, with like resistances and stuff, we'd use that instead. Mabufu is just convenient. Pretty much. So now the mirror's gonna shatter and we're basically gonna get left behind. Like, because the ideal Maki has gone back to her ideal reality. And, ran away. Yeah, it's not a, we are still, traditional JRPG here, guys. We can't, like, go too far ahead. Or too far away from the trope. Now, Maki started glowing. This is important because she also has a compact, much like how every other version of Maki has a compact. And we need that compact and a item we'll find in the corner that we can use to get back to the ideal reality, or Maki's ideal reality. Because we have to obviously go and, find her, because we need her. She's very useful to us. And she's kinda important, because, I mean, evil bad guy was basically using her to become God. So we all get teleported conveniently straight to the Lost Forest, which is where we need to be. Because Maki has gone and hid herself in the Lost Forest. I need to blow my nose, excuse me. There's my mic mute button. That is not my mic mute button. There we go. Apparently, when I reinstalled Windows, Ingenuity, HyperX Ingenuity, reset the settings for my headphones, so I need to fix that. Yeah, we're only going for the good ending here. So, we've got Maki's mom. She's gonna follow us. We have to go and find Maki. Oh, I forgot. Yep, hold on. I need to... Yeah. That's right. Yeah, pretty much. That's... The world is pretty much in danger from the beginning. You just don't find out until the end. Like, what, in P3 you don't find out till, what, November? When Ryoji shows up, pretty much. Yes, don't worry, I check my level just before I get to Maki. Don't you worry. But, we should be perfectly fine. We should not have any problems. Because we want to be at least 51, if not 53. At this point, we can just shoot them all. Unless we get binded.
Seriously?
Please stop binding me. Probably should have gotten rid of him, huh? Can we bind him, please? Yeah, I know I'm supposed to talk the Eligars away, yes. I just thought, you know, we could try shoot them. But yeah, I forgot. That's why you don't shoot them. Because they have a Shibabu which binds you. And getting binded sucks. Yeah, I know. We have to look at the cold hard facts and not my feelings. So we go in here, we find Mai, and she's like, yo, the ideal Maki's further down here. Yeah. Pretty much. The Eligors are indeed Eligon. Such a terrible joke. So now we are in the second part of the Lost Forest. This bit's pretty easy though. Nah, this game's fine. Like, a lot of people say they don't like this game, but it's honestly not that bad. Like, yeah, it's a bit of an acquired taste. You either love it or you hate it. But it's not that bad. I forget what we do with... We don't do anything with Berith, do we? Yeah. Yeah, the world hasn't ended yet. It will if we don't do something about it. The demons technically are public knowledge because it's a demon invasion. It's not like only certain people can see the demons, it's a demon invasion. Pretty much, yeah. Like, once you understand the game, I guess you could say, it's not that bad. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Because that bit there, we have to take a specific path because there's arrowed blocks. Oh look guys, 69 again. Nice. So what level are we? We need to be 53. Perfect. That's exactly what we need to be at least 51. But 53 is perfectly acceptable. Or it's even better actually. So Maki hid herself away and kind of put a weird face shield on herself. I guess she learned what 2020 was going to be like and already started masking up. We're going to tell her to not hide like that, and then she's going to decide, you know what, we're not actually in 2020. We're in the 90s. We don't need masks yet. So, by doing... The reason why we need to be at least level 51 is because Maki, when she rejoins the party in this scene, she joins at our level. So, she is now level 53. And we need this because we need to fuse Loki and put Loki on her. Because we need that for later. So, now that we have her, we can try Esto out. Yeah, this is a 2009 remake of the 1996 Persona 1 PSX original. So now we leave. And now we head to the Sun Mall. Because there's a big ass wall, so we can't go to the black market, that's right. You'd think you'd remember these things, being a pro streamer. So, we use Loki because Loki is pretty much null to like all the status ailments in the game, pretty much. So we go to the Velvet Room. You can. It was the first time Persona 1 was released in Europe. It was on the PlayStation Classic. So we want to do Loki with Zombie Girl plus Yuko back with no items. And then we say that. Then what we do is we remove Phaleg. We swap Phaleg for Loki, or we put Phaleg in the second slot just in case we don't really need it. Then we go to Senin Manendu. The PSP version and the PS1 version are different. They're two different games. So we sell pretty much... Oh wait, I need to go to Rosa Candida first. What am I doing here? I completely missed that part. I was supposed to do that before the Velvet Room. We should still be fine. And what we do is we buy one of each Sturm set. we optimize Maki's equipment. We'll take off the weapon though, she doesn't need the weapon. And we will sell pretty much everything we don't actually need. Because we need as much money as possible. This is all in preparation for the final boss. And we will also sell... what is that? Luck Incense. Sell the Maragion stones, the Nabufula stones, the Magnamara stones. Because we only need Agidine stones. Megiddo stone, Zandine, Mazan, Mazanma, Magrai, Magriva. And there's nothing else of value that we can sell. Now we go back. And here we buy 14 Agidine stones. Or up to 14. We already have one. So we can just buy 13 Agidine stones. Then we want to buy as many magical guards as we can possibly buy, which is 34. Then we spend the rest on Balms of Life, which we can only buy one. There's nothing else we can absolutely sell, is there? No. Okay. We should have Disparas and Disstones. Yeah, we've got Disparas, Disstones. We need them just in case. And then we want to leave. And then enter the Alaya Shrine. No, that is the... I was pressing the wrong option. I was mashing too hard. That was entirely my fault. Thankfully we've got gun, huh?
What?
I don't know what I was doing there. That was terrible menuing. No, I'm not supposed to do it. Just use them. What am I doing? Except I didn't do... Why didn't I do anything? Weird. No, the Vita's great. I don't know what you're talking about. I will defend the Vita. It was great. It just nobody bought one. So now we meet Philemon again. We go to the Alaya Cavern, because inside the Alaya Cavern is where the real Maki's soul is.
I see my faith in you was not misplaced. The Alaya Cavern behind this shrine leads to the sea of all mankind's souls. All souls are born there, and someday return there. Maki Sanamura's soul is about to return to that sea right now. It calls for you, and for her ideal self. Now go. Only those who have been called may enter that cavern. Work together to help the lost soul.
So, basically the shtick of this dungeon is only me and Maki can be in here. The rest of the party isn't allowed. Now we're in here, we'll use that clean salt we bought earlier. Gonna go all the way down here. We're only gonna get one encounter, which is Pride. Pride's a really easy encounter though. We just one-shot him like that. We pretty much just go all the way down. There's a lot of, like, treasure and stuff in here, but we don't need any of it, so... In here is also the, if you've done all the correct dialogue choices, like we have, you could also go into, can also go into this room we're just about to pass. How did we get this encounter? What? Excuse me? We're not supposed to get this encounter. What was I trying to say? I did. Oh, it expired because it was on. It expired. That's why. Because it only lasts to New Moon, and I was going down. My moon phase was going down. So it didn't last for as long. My steps are all over the place, it seems. Yeah, in this room here you can get the totems for the ultimate personas for each character. But oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to use magic. Yeah, it's fine. We're not going to be here that long. We have Wolvan for Maki. Very important for later on, for the final boss. Yeah, we're gonna try Esto out of here anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Obviously isn't like optimal, but it could be worse. My it seems my steps were completely out of whack. This might cause a bit of a delay when we get to the final boss, because we want to be on pretty much 7, 8 or full moon when we get to the boss, so that Wolvan, we do extra damage with Wolvan. I can fix it by just standing. So in here we go to the Sea of Souls, and inside the Sea of Souls is the real Maki's soul. Yeah, I can fix it. I can see what you've highlighted. I'll get there eventually. So, we found the real Maki's soul. Obviously, she doesn't want to be here because she kind of hates herself. She just wants to die, pretty much. Pretty much like most edgy teenagers. So... Sorry, that was terrible. That was a terrible joke. So she gives us her compact, which we need to access the final dungeon. So we're gonna try Esto out. Sorry, that might have been a bit too much to say, I think. So, before we step into here, we pretty much have to wait until it's 2-8 growing, so we have to sit here a while. Okay, so we're on 2-8 growing. Well, the real Maki is bedridden with a chronic illness, so her ideal Maki is basically her but not sick. But yeah, so, remember this door from earlier? Well, now we have the keys, which were all the compacts, so we can now open the door. And we can unlock the final dungeon. This dungeon is long and annoying as hell to traverse, so we're going to try our best to not get lost. I already did it. I already got lost. God damn. I'm misreading this map. This should be fine. We should hopefully not overstep by much. But yeah, this is the final dungeon, a video world. Basically just a long slog, shall we say. I know, I can't believe I did that. But based on the fact that it wasn't very many steps, we should be fine. It was only like, what, 3 or 4 more steps? Well, 8 actually. Should still get there on full or 7, 8, because the tolerances are pretty generous. So... And depending on how many encounters we get, we could get to the final boss without being max level. We're not even close to max level. We're only, what, 55 now, I think. And we'll have 999 health. But yeah, this is like pretty much the rest of the run now until we get to Pandora is just killing things that get in our way. Not a whole lot else to it. That's... Yeah, we ideally want to be at least 7, 8, if not full, because then we get the full benefits of Wolvan. Anything lower and the benefits either aren't really worth it or actually actively hamper your stats. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. The game doesn't have enough, and there's no New Game Plus either. It's like you get all these cool personas, but what the hell are you gonna use them on? Yeah, at this point, I really don't have much to say. Like, we're doing the same thing until we get to the end. So, feel free to chat amongst yourselves or have questions, and I would try and answer them to the best of my ability. What is the meaning of life? And why is it to praise Mothman? Because it is. We have to praise Mothman. There would be no life without Mothman, therefore we must praise thy Mothman. How tall am I? I think 5'10". 5'10". Are you the lone player? Yes. Why is Brown Brad chosen as the 5th character for this run? Because it's quicker to fill out the party. We don't have to deal with so many text boxes for the other party members. For the other potential party members. It's just, we just take him when we get the chance, it's just faster. "42? Yes, 42. That is indeed the answer of life, the universe, and everything in between. And to be fair, in the older Megiddo route that we used before the RNG manipulation route, Brown was used for Vidofnir because Vidofnir learns Bright Judgment, which we used to use on Pandora, Pandora Phase 2. So now we have max rank Pixie again. This is the last time, it's fine. Don't have to worry about it any further. How cold is it in Scotland right now? Yes. Yes, I haven't been out today, so I don't know what it's like today. But it was cold yesterday, so I imagine it's cold today. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm sure Brown would have still been faster anyway, it's just... it's just... not really worth grabbing the others, to be fair. If, like, say, like, Reggie, for example, was, like, super overpowered or some shit, then we would use him. Yeah, MC was pretty much always main DPS. Yeah, according to my weather app, where I live in Scotland is currently 4 degrees Celsius. So, cold. It also doesn't help that, you know, last weekend we still had a storm, which sucked. Throne. Fuck, I forgot about Throne. What do we do with Throne? I don't know, the thing doesn't say gun. I can't see what it says to do with Throne, so just gun. No, 4 degrees Celsius. Was that not what I said? Dude, if we had 40 degrees Celsius in Scotland, like, we'd probably burn to death. We would not be capable, we would not sustain that kind of weather very well. I don't know, I don't speak Fahrenheit. Yeah, when in doubt, gun. It's also kinda why we haven't really bothered changing our layout. We'll do it for Pandora, we want MC near the back, just in case. Negative 45 Celsius? Where do you... what? Where do you live, Siberia?
Seriously? No joke?
Can you just die so I can shoot Throne? It has the climate equivalent of Siberia, so it's close enough. It's not Siberia, but it's close enough to Siberia. Can you please die? Thank you. where am I on the map again? Here I am. So you just live on like both sides of the spectrum. It's either really cold or really hot. I feel for you. Yeah, that's the problem, especially when you get stuck in an encounter for a while, you just kinda lose all sense of direction. Because I tend to focus quite hard on where I'm supposed to be, so when I get lost like that, it really throws me off. Yeah, to be fair, I live like near the ocean, yeah. Like, it's probably like a 20-minute walk and I get to the beach. So we're going to take a quick detour up here, because this is the last save point of the game. And we want to, it is the second one, and we want to use this just in case we die. That is Dominion, Mark Stair. Yeah, this dungeon is really long. Like, we've walked past, I think, 4 save points. That's how long this dungeon is. Most other dungeons had like 2. That was if you were lucky. Hopefully, this dies quicker, so we can kill Throne quicker.
Seriously?
I mean, we get free level ups doing this, so we wouldn't say no. It's just, yeah, escape has such an absurdly low chance that it's just not worth bothering. Yeah, so basically cold. Yeah, that's what it is in Scotland right now. Especially because, you know, we're in December. Can you believe we're in December? It didn't feel that long ago that we were, you know, celebrating the new year. And I believe even in Nocturne, even if you like put ailment on the demons, it's still not a guaranteed chance of escape on hard. How are we on estimate? Well, we're just coming up to the final boss. The final boss is probably on average, probably at most 15 minutes. I understand if time constraints say we don't get a rematch if we fail, which is fine. But yeah, this is the final map. We're getting close to the end. The fight, I would say, at worst, is like 15 minutes. If we succeed. I've had a few runs die to Pandora because I run out of magic guards. Because she can be real stubborn. Exactly, yeah, exactly. As long as we don't go over 4 hours, we're fine. I don't even know what our time is. I have no timers up or anything, so I can't see how well I'm doing. Jahi was Mark Stair. And she was happy. Okay. That's not good. Hit 340, so we might actually make it underestimate them. We did a good recover. Yeah, usually this negotiation doesn't fail. It's kinda bad that she did. Mark needs to stare harder, so we don't fail next time. But yeah, thankfully bullets are a thing, so... Unfortunately, we're not gonna hit 999 health. Yes, I mean, I did get, what was it, first try and then third try, I think, so... Yeah, we're gonna get to Maki, that is... Paimon, isn't it? Yeah, it's Paimon, so we need... Mark Stair. Level is MC. I can check just before we get there. I believe it's like 56. So yeah, so we get here on 7-8, which is not perfect. Obviously, we prefer full moon, but we kind of got lost a little bit, so it's fine. We are what? There you go, level 58. Double check Makia's Loki. Yeah. Change our battles to battle form. That's what we need to do. Need to push main character to the back, and then basically what we had earlier. Just there we go. Final boss. So yes, this is the final boss. There are 2 phases to this final boss. There is Pandora, and then there is Pandora. Pandora phase 1, pretty easy. It's phase 2 when things get kinda RNG based and kinda sketchy. So this is basically like the most like corrupted form of Maki's desires and like inner self, and is basically going to destroy the world if we don't do anything about it. So So, what we do, start first skip animations, and then those Agidyne stones we bought earlier, we're going to use them until we get to 10. We're going to use Wolvan on the main character and Maki, because this buffs our stats and we, I believe, become immune to ailments. Want to use a Dispara on Maki. I believe it makes us immune to ailment, or like some ailments, not all of them. Because we need the rest of the Agidyne stones for the next phase. So that's the last Agidyne stone we use. And then, because we're not phase 2 just yet, we have to use our gun real quick. But it's like, not gonna take much damage. It won't take very long. There. So that is the trigger for phase 2. So this is Pandora phase 2. What we want to do here, when she's got red hair, we want to use the magic guards that we bought earlier. And when she's got blue hair, we want to use the rest of the Agidyne stones we bought. Now, depending on how nice she can be, will determine how well this fight goes. Because she uses one of her turns, of her 2 turns, to change her form, or possibly change her form. So she's changed her hair color to blue. Now we use the Agidyne stones, and we hope that she doesn't change back. Because the longer she stays in blue hair form, obviously the quicker we can get her killed. But the main reason we use the magic mirrors is for her red attack called Butterfly Storm, which can seriously screw you over if you get unlucky, because it has a chance to inflict a random ailment including paralysis and stone, and if you get stoned, it's basically game over. Yeah, and since we have 99 agility, we pretty much go first every turn. Which is important because we want to outspeed her every chance we get. Because obviously if we don't, then she could use something like Butterfly Storm on us and absolutely kill the run. So that was some a good round there. We managed to get a few stones in. She didn't do anything to us. Yeah, in the old route, this was definitely the hardest part. I would still say in this new route, it's still the hardest part, but nowhere near as bad as it used to be. I'm gonna get Maki to heal herself. Theoretically speaking, you could beat, or you could use Maki to do the magic guards, and we could use our gun as the main character, but we want to be able to reliably outspeed Pandora, which Maki doesn't have the agility to reliably outspeed her. And all it takes is one Butterfly Storm and this run could potentially end. This, in a casual run, this is the hardest fight in the game, by far. Like, unless you're super prepared, this fight is really hard. Maki is, I believe, 55, I think. 54, 55. Alright. That's fine. She uses debuffs on us, but it's fine. We still do more than enough damage. Sorry, I'm not reading chat now. I'm completely focused. I'm sure if there's any questions, I'm sure Worldy's got them. So in terms of damage output, I think we're doing just fine with the amount, like how much we've got left, magic cards we've got left, and how much damage we've done to it. I think we're doing fine. We could be doing better, but it's just all RNG. Like this entire boss is just RNG. She's blue form, which is great. Hopefully she stays there for a while. Because when she's there, she can't really damage us. She can only use her buffs and stuff. And slightly heal herself. And time comes up, by the way, I probably should have mentioned. Time comes up as soon as she dies. So it will be coming up soon. And that's time. There we go. We did it, guys! We won the video game! First try as well. I mean, we're, you know, this fight is pretty consistent these days. Definitely not as bad as it used to be, but definitely can go wrong if you get unlucky. We finished below estimate? We did, didn't we? What time? What's our final time? $350? For how badly this run went, the fact we made it under estimate is pretty good.
1 second.
Yeah, we were sub-estimate, which is good. I know I knew my estimate was pretty generous unless things went really wrong.
Thank you.
But that's good.
I hope you'll still think about me at least.
So yeah,
once
now
in a
that we've
while.
killed Pandora,
Goodbye.